When it comes to the chosen ones, I find it so interesting listening to other people talk about them. Because it's almost like a piece of what each person is saying, fitting the bigger puzzle piece. I mean, there's so many aspects when it comes down to the 144,000. Many are called, few are chosen. But like, when it comes to the soul aspect of it, it really does have to do with souls, amongst other levels, of course, but on the soul level, people think they're like less special or something if they're not chosen, which is so far from the truth. It is. I mean, at the end of the day, if you truly understand like the chosen's path, you understand that you don't even want to be chosen. I mean, honestly, if you replace the word chosen with warrior, I mean, do you know how much training you have to go through just to be a warrior? And you want to switch that to the spirit side, you know how much darkness you have to go through to be a chosen one? People talk about Jesus Christ. It's almost one and the same. What happened to Jesus Christ? Crucified. All of the things that you can say when it comes to his walk and what he stood for, what he taught, what he teaches still in spirit. There's a lot of similarities when it comes to the chosen one's walk. So what do you think happens to the chosen ones? What do you think their walk's all about? It's not sunshine and rainbows, that's for sure. And the chosen ones, they wouldn't even wish their life, what they've been through, on no one. And what's beautiful about it all is you may not be a chosen one, but you can be such a huge impact in the chosen one's life. It could be, just a double-edged sword, heads and tails, north and south, east and west, and yin and yang, and it's so deep when it comes to the soul aspect of the chosen ones. You think this is their first rodeo? When it comes to military, army, navy, and the physical, to protect whatever it is you want to say to protect. That's the same thing when it comes to the chosen ones. Think of in those forces, you have special forces to go on certain missions that you send out. You know how much training those folks do? Think of that in spirit. Chosen ones, it's like a special force of the Most High. And they've gone through so much training beyond lifetimes. That's why they're considered old souls. And you can also say ancient. I feel like that word, chosen ones, has gotten so misconstrued, it's not even funny. And, I also think for somebody to come up on the internet and do whatever and hooting and hollering that they're chosen and this, that, and the third, for the folks coming across that content, I highly suggest you use your discernment. If you mention it here and there, I mean, that's one thing, but like, I personally don't believe the chosen ones are the ones just hooting and hollering. Because the chosen ones operate in the dark. They operate in the shadows. They are hidden until the Most High puts them on the forefront for everybody to see. And that's only if the Most High wants that, because not all chosen ones are supposed to be in the spotlight. Not all chosen ones are supposed to be seen on a massive global level. Some chosen ones are supposed to stay in the dark and operate through the dark, are supposed to be in certain areas and directed down a certain path that impacts communities, towns, individuals, groups, etc. And these souls of the chosen ones, could you imagine being chosen, and the chosen ones, they already know, like their soul already knows from the moment they're here, but their flesh is what they're up against. So could you imagine being a chosen one and you're sitting here fighting against your own flesh and soul against each other because they're counteracting each other, because you're stuck in this world and you're trying to figure out, because your soul knows you got a purpose, and then you're going down this hard path, and then you're also trying to defeat the darkness and you're trying to embody the light, and then you're getting hit every which direction. People want to say the chosen one like it's something special. I mean, it is special in a way, just like you're special in a way, but when it comes down to it, I mean, it is the most cutthroat, brutal, to where it's unexplainable at the same time. There's almost not even enough words or enough depths of a level that you can get to even truly explain the chosen one, the way they operate, the way they maneuver, the way they get looked at throughout their whole entire life, the way they're perceived by others, because they're utilized in as such a tool from the Most High, that a lot of the times while they're being used by the Most High, they don't even understand they're being used, because it's for their greater good, because it's another double-edged sword. There's more aspects than one aspect as to why certain things happen. And most of the time, it's more than one aspect, because why would the Most High be so boring that he just says, oh, okay, since A and B met, it's only for one reason? Absolutely not. There's going to be probably 100 million reasons why A and B met, or there might be, a few. But I mean, my own personal experience is it's always like multiple reasons as to why certain things happen in a maneuver. Effects that are happening on opposite sides of the person, individual, situation, whatever. And being a chosen one, you can only imagine. You're a healer. You're an empath. You understand. You don't necessarily always understand while you're walking the path of a chosen one. But when it comes to all your clairs, your clairaudio, your clairvoyant, and all those things, I mean, just imagine. And then you're constantly being attacked by the enemy. And so, what do you think? They're going through, because the enemy knows exactly who he's trying to go after. So could you imagine? Just, straight out the womb, already under attack. And most of the time you don't even understand what's truly going on, because you're operating in the physical more than you are in the spirit, but then the spirit's speaking to you the whole entire time, because you've got to understand the physical, even though the spirit's already in you, because the chosen one already has it in their spirit. It's just a matter of remembrance. It's not a matter of awakening, because the chosen ones don't awake. They're already awake. It's just a matter of remembrance, and it's a matter of full circle moments. People want to talk about the veil when it comes to the chosen one. The veil ain't even really there when it comes to the chosen one. Yeah, it is, but I mean, it's a lot thinner than the everyday folks that the chosen one encounters. So you can only imagine. The chosen one is seeing almost straight through the veil. Meanwhile, they're dealing with people that don't even understand a bit of a little tiny sunshine coming through that veil. And they're so confused. Chosen one's confused. I mean, it's like, it's not necessarily a path to even sit here and beat yourself up about that if you're not, or if you don't think you're the chosen one, that you're any less special, because you're absolutely special, because you're part of the plan. You're part of it. You're part of the chosen one's walk, whether that be for just a 5-minute conversation that can, do something inside the chosen one that you don't even understand, or it can be a 5-year relationship that or it can be the person at the corner store, or it can be the teacher, or it can be just the auntie that lives down the road from your daughter's kid's best friend, who knows. however which way it's connected. But you're also a key. You're also important. Even though you may not be chosen. Trust me, you don't want to be chosen when it comes down to it. And the whole point of, even if you're not the chosen one, the whole thing is to give respect to the chosen one. Just like you want to sit here and give respect to the soldiers that have fallen for this country, and you want to, commend them. It's the same aspect. It's just you can't physically see it, so you don't physically understand. But if you're in the eyes of the Spirit, you would honestly, you know, congratulate, condemn, or just in the spirit congratulate the chosen ones and thank them and understand what they're up against, because they're doing stuff in the spirit for the greater good of humanity, because that's the whole point of the chosen one, even if the chosen one don't even understand, because that's how the Most High works. Chosen ones don't even know they're chosen, and they may go their whole life not even know they're chosen, but they know that there's something in them, like they got the weight of the world on their shoulder, because their soul, their spirit is ancient and long, and all it does is show how different they are in the physical. A chosen one can walk into a building and set the whole tone. A chosen one can literally come into your life and change it in an instant. A chosen one can show a certain type of aura into where you literally start second guessing everything in life. It can be on a minuscule level, or it can be on a maximum level. There's so many different ways that the chosen one can impact anybody. But that's the whole point of the chosen one, because it's to help that other person's soul, that other person's spirit, because that other person's soul and that other person's spirit has somewhat of a remembrance, has somewhat of a recognition as to what the chosen one, how the chosen one operates. The chosen ones do so much magnitude in the spirit realm. That's why their path is as hard as it is, so they can unlock the spirit realm as hard as they do. Hear that train a coming, whistling around the bend. I ain't seen sunshine in I don't know when. And the chosen ones have such a powerful calling over their life. So, of course, the hits upon their life by the enemy are going to be just as powerful. And when I mean just as powerful, because the Most High will trick the enemy and think he's powerful. But see, that's how the chosen one comes in and operates. And that's how they gain their power, or remember their power, however which way. It's so depth in so many ways. The depths of this is so deep. Most folks truly can't even get to the depths of the level of the chosen ones. They're cosmetic. The star system, I mean, they're so beyond ancient, even the ancient, what you think ancient in your own mentality right now, because what your mind thinks of ancient, think of even older. Think of even more ancient than that. Because in modern day, for us to think ancient, we don't even think that ancient. Naturally, just because of how we've been programmed. So you can imagine the chosen one trying to come up against a program that's been programmed for how long? And so come back to the Jesus Christ's walk. Come on now. What do you think the chosen ones go through? You think that's some type of coincidence that they talk about chosen ones, and then you got an example just like Jesus Christ? I'm not going to sit here and say it's one of the same. It very well may be, but it's close. It's a similarity of a walk. And I just think so many folks get it misconstrued when it comes to the chosen ones. Hey, don't be knocking with that stick. Leave it alone. And it's just, you hear it haven't even had social media for a year. Or maybe I have, but I mean, I don't even have access to the internet like that. But it almost seems like it's getting overplayed when you hear it, in a sense. To the point where some folks may not even truly be able to have discernment when it comes to knowing who the chosen one is. Because the chosen one isn't just going to be front and center, isn't just going to be, oh, out their mouth, I'm chosen, I'm this and I'm that. Because the chosen ones operate. They don't operate out of their mouth. They operate in the spirit. And you'll be able to see that through the physical, especially if you have eyes of the spirit. But in the physical, if you don't have eyes of the spirit, you'll understand that there's something different about them. Don't get me wrong. Some chosen ones, actually, may be the ones that, mention that they are chosen a few more times than average or however. But that's for your discernment to truly understand. Because, like I said, double-edged sword. When it comes to the Most High, it helps your soul learn discernment. And say you come across somebody that says they're chosen, this, that, and the third, and you can bluntly tell that they're not. Now, when you do come across one that's chosen, you will be able to tell they're chosen. Because, obviously, you already saw somebody that was trying to portray that they're chosen, but you had enough discernment to see it. So that's how the Most High blessed you. Yep, I think that's all I got. Peace and love, y'all.